Hi, thanks for tuning in. Dave Hill here with the lessons for today. I hope you've been having a good time and learning a lot. I've been having a great time filming these, and I know you guys are really getting good, so I want you to all become famous guitar players. All right. So let's talk about what we're going to do today in this lesson. We talked about natural minor for a while last lesson. I gave you guys some assignments. What I think I want to do today is I want to combine sounds of major and minor in one progression. I think that's a good lesson for us to focus on today. So what I mean by that is that sometimes it's very often in a musical situation where you might start off in a minor key. You might totally be playing around a minor sound, right? And you might stay there for a little bit, right? And you might feel totally comfortable playing in that minor key, but that doesn't mean that that's always going to be the way it's going to stay. Sometimes a progression like that might move into major. And then all of a sudden now you have to negotiate through that same harmony using major scale melodies now. So we're going to focus on that exact assignment today in our lesson. So let's take a look at the board over here if we could and review two patterns of minor and major in one position and make sure that we understand how those look and how those feel, okay? So, and we'll even apply maybe some of our sequences that we've learned in the past as well. So let's take the minor scale based off these root locations, and those root locations obviously, if you remember, are from the E shape, and in this case it's minor, so it would be like an E minor chord, but now up here. Okay, so our natural minor scale would be right like this. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to use for this this position for all the natural minor, A natural minor notes. Okay, now I want you to see something here. If we started it from this note and carried it down to this note, what are we actually playing? Well, I'm sure you guys are answering my question. It's C major. So this natural minor pattern of A is exactly the same as C major from this note. So we haven't really learned anything new. I'm just showing you that it's the same scale so you can remember and hopefully your fingers will feel a lot more familiar and comfortable in this position. So we've got A minor here. Okay, now check it out. If you were to go one scale over, one scale to the right there, you'll see that I've written out an A major scale as well. Okay. Now notice that I have to use my second finger to get to that. Okay, because it lines up better to use my second finger in this pattern. Okay, so there's A major also from the E form. Okay, but basically you're starting with your second finger now to make the fingering better. Okay, so minor and major. Okay, so let's play around a little bit with that, just doing some exercises first just to get us into the practice of that. Let's go up minor. And then come down major. Okay, let's try that first just to see if you can go up one key and down another key. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, minor. Down major. Okay, So we're going to want to be able to make melodies in one position using both major and minor keys of the same root. And that's what I'm getting you guys to practice right now. Okay? So let's try this again. One more time. 3 and 4 and minor. Here comes major. Okay? Now let's go the opposite way. Let's go up major. And come down minor. Okay? So we're going to turn around in the C now. Okay, here we go. Up major, down minor. 3, 2, 3, 4. Minor. Major, do it again. Minor. Okay, so that's a simple exercise, but it's really important to practice doing stuff like that because you're going to find that it's very easy to get stuck in a couple of positions of scales that you know really well. And what you might do if you only know a couple patterns is you're constantly shifting up and down to find those positions. Okay? Let's say you want to play A major and you're comfortable with this pattern, but when you go to A minor, the only minor pattern you know maybe is the one that's based off this root. And so what does that mean you have to do? Well, that means you're going to do this. You're going to be playing an A major. And when it comes time to play an A minor, if you only knew one other pattern and it was way up here, you have to keep jumping around. And it's kind of klutzy. You want to be able to make any key happen within one fret of the previous key that you're playing on, so that you can always be connected and smooth. Okay? You want to make leaps sometimes too for exciting musical phrases, but you don't want to have to do it just because you don't know the other patterns. Okay? So I'm trying to get you to do it in one position today. Okay? So let's listen to a progression that I've written here. Let's see, I've written on the board, and we're going to use this to give you the practice to combine these scales. So I've got a progression here at the beginning that I wrote. And it's basically, it's A minor all the way through here. Okay, and this is repeated. So this gives you some time to really hang out and make some melodies in A minor. Okay, and when we go to the repeat and then we take the second ending now, we move into A major right here. And that gives you all this time here to play in A major. And then you would repeat back to the top and you go back to A minor. So I've given you two main spots to practice your patterns in. Let's just try the first two that we worked on right here. A major in one position right here. And A minor in one position. Okay, let's listen to the progression first and see what I've got here. Okay, we'll play through it with the chords. Okay, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay, here comes the B section. Notice it goes to major. Okay, so you can hear distinct differences between the minor key at the beginning and the major key on the second half. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to get you to hear and also be able to play in your scales or use your scales against. Okay, so let's listen. Let's just go up and down. Up and down in the key of the A minor until I cue you to go to the A major, and then I want you to play around that same position in the key of A. Okay, keep it as simple at first. I'm going to try to keep it simple and melodic at first. Okay, here we go. 2.